Are you looking for an easier way to trim your trees? I think we may have the answer for you. Stay tuned. Today we have a mini cordless chainsaw. We received this from 5 Star Tool, and we're going to go ahead and pop it together and see how it works. So first up, we'll just show you a small description of the tool. It comes with the power head, a 21 volt battery, the charger for the battery, a mini chainsaw 4-inch blade, screwdriver, and then of course the tool to tighten everything down and make it go. So as far as charging, the charger plugs into the battery on the top, just like this. You charge it in, and once it's charged, the red light will turn green, and you know you have a full charge on it. So to put this unit together, we have a handy little wrench here. We'll just unloosen this on the power head and pop that off. You take your chain assembly, you want to make sure your chain's going in the right direction. The right direction on the chain is where the sharp edge on the chain is facing the front. You can reverse it, have the chain backwards, it won't cut. So you do want to make sure that you pay attention to that when you're doing that. So we're going to take the little chain bar, slip that on, and just slip the chain over. And right there, there's 2 holes right here. We want to make sure that lines up with the peg that's on the power head. And we're going to take the guard and pop that on. And that's going to be nice and tight there. And now we know we got it on because it's flush with the rest of the housing. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to take the nut, put that back on. I'm just going to hand tighten that right now. So I want to see how tight the chain is. And it is right now pretty tight. Right here on the front, just like a standard chainsaw, there's an adjustment screw. So we're going to take that, I'm going to loosen it a little bit. And that gives a little bit more slack in that chain, and that's where I'm looking for. I don't want it really tight, otherwise it'll heat up and it'll burn that chain out. So you just want a little bit of slack in it. So once that's done, we're going to tighten that up just snug, and that's it. Everything's together. Now, there is one precaution on this. There is no safety button on it. So what I mean by that, there's not a side button that you have to push 2 buttons to make it work. Once the battery's in and you squeeze the trigger, it's on. You don't want to be loading this chain with the battery in, because if you hit it accidentally, it will cycle on. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to slip our battery into place, and I'm going to go ahead and turn the chain on. Okay. Now you can see right here that it loosened up just on those first few. We don't want this, so I'm going to go ahead, unloosen that. But first, I'm going to take the battery out. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and go clockwise and tighten that chain up. Okay. And the chain is tight again. Give that a little snug. Put the battery back in. That's a lot better. Okay, we got it all together, so we'll go ahead and bring it outside and put it to the test. Okay, we're out here ready for the test. Got my safety glasses on. Make sure you always have safety glasses on when we're running power equipment, especially chainsaws. They do chuck a lot of dust around, sawdust, so it's definitely advisable for that. We're going to go ahead and cut this little bitty one. Now, we haven't tried this before, so this is the first time we've ever cut anything. So here we go. All right, you know what? That's pretty cool. I've already cut a few. It's definitely going to be a good idea to lubricate it. So I'm just going to give it a little squirt around there. And seriously runs smoother once it has a little lubrication on it anyhow. So we'll do some more and see how it works. Alright, as you can see, this thing works great. We did end up trimming about 60 trees with it on a single charge. One tip is make sure you just use some spray lubricant for the chain, and the other is make sure you take the battery out when it's not in use for safety for kids or anybody that might touch the trigger. It's without the safety, it's kind of dangerous. But that is it, and if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe as always, and we just thank you for watching DIY on the house.